Conair Creations and welcome back to my channel. So today I thought it'd be fun to sit down and film a beauty video all about curling hair. So I have really long hair and actually I just got 4 inches cut off of it, so it was down to my waist before, so it's much more manageable now than it was a few days ago. But anyway, I get a lot of questions about how I curl my long hair and whether or not you should use a curling iron versus a curling wand. So I thought it'd be fun to film a tutorial on the pros and cons of each, where I curl half of my hair with the curling iron and then the other half with the curling wand. That way you could see what the different curls look like and just the ways to do each tool. So let's go ahead and get into the tutorial and I'll show you how to curl your hair with a curling iron and a curling wand. I start by washing my hair because I find the curls take better when it's freshly washed and dried, and then I comb it out to get out those nasty tangles. Then grab your favorite heat protectant spray, and mine's the Tresemme Thermal Creations, and spray it all over your hair and comb it through to disperse it evenly. And you definitely don't want to skip this step because you need to protect your hair from the hot tools. Now it's blow dry time, so get that hair dryer ready. I go ahead and dry my hair how I normally do, although I actually only dry it part way now. I'm going to apply my makeup and take a break before curling my hair, so I just dry it part way to help my hair lay neater, but to save time and heat, I just let the rest of it air dry as I do other things. If you do plan on curling it immediately though, make sure it's totally dry first. Now that I've changed and applied my makeup and taken a break, my hair is totally dry, so I comb through it to remove any tangles, and then since I'm demoing each tool on one side of my hair, I just twist up the other side and clip it up out of the way. And yeah, I'm styling. We're gonna start with the curling iron demo, and I'm using the Infiniti Conair, which has a temperature control, and then of course the clamp on it. Begin by sectioning off your hair just above your ear, and then clip that section up out of the way. I like to use a rat tail comb for this, but you could use your fingers. I also like to mention that there are many ways to use a curling iron. I'm just going to show you the method I personally find easiest. Now to begin curling, grab a smaller section of hair starting at the back, and for more delicate curls I use about a 1-inch section, but if you want larger waves you can curl more at a time. Open up the clamp and capture the end of your hair between it, and then begin twisting the iron toward the base of your head, being careful not to burn yourself. I like to hold the iron in place for several seconds, and then you'll want to open the clamp slightly and let your hair fall free by pulling the iron down carefully. By bringing the iron straight down as you release your hair, you'll avoid getting the hair tangled in the iron. Section off another piece of hair and repeat the curling process by clamping it between the iron and then twisting it up and holding it in place for a few seconds. Again, release the clamp and gently pull the curling iron down so that you can let the curl fall out without any tangling. Now for the next section I curl, I want to point out that I actually twist the curling iron in the opposite way, back towards my mirror, rather than in the direction of the camera like the first 2 sections. And this is optional, but by twisting the sections of hair in different directions, your curls will have a little more dimension. Finish curling the bottom of your hair, and for this curl I twisted it back toward the camera so it would lay differently than the one right before it, and then you'll just want to bring your curls over your shoulder just to get them out of the way, and then unclip the top section of hair and brush it out to remove the tangles. Curl the top section of hair exactly as you did before by beginning at the back of your head and working your way forward. Try to vary the direction the curls face by twisting the iron back for some sections and forward for others. I have an awkward short section of hair here where I'm growing my bangs out, so I just gave it a quick curl on the iron too, just to blend it in with everything. Sweep all your curls to the front, and this is what they look like using the iron. I like the appearance of them, but the con of using an iron for me personally is that the curls usually don't stay as defined for very long, and they begin to fall out into more softer waves, which you'll see in a bit when I share my conclusions. To get longer lasting defined curls, I like to use the curling wand, so let's unclip the other section of hair and get started with the wand demo. Go ahead and section off your hair just like before, and I also clip my bangs back for now. The biggest difference between the iron and the wand is that there is no clamp on a wand. I'm using a NuMe classic wand that just has an on-off switch, and because there's no clamp, you always want to wear a heat-protecting glove when using the wand to protect your hand when curling. Grab a section of hair from the back of your head, and again, you can use larger or smaller sections depending on personal preference, and then begin wrapping the hair around the wand, and you're going to want to start from close to the root of your hair. Be very careful to keep the wand a safe distance away from your ear and your scalp. Hold the hair in place for several seconds, and then tilt the wand up and let the curl slide right off. Let it fall into your hand and cool for a couple of seconds before you let the curl fall all the way down, and that'll just help it set and stay bouncier. Repeat the process by wrapping the hair around the wand, holding it in place for a few seconds, and then releasing it. And just like with the iron, I suggest wrapping some sections in the opposite direction so that it'll give your curls more dimension. When you finish the bottom section, throw the curls over your shoulder and unclip and comb out the top section. Again, beginning from the back of the hair, grab small sections and wrap them around the wand, wrapping a few strands in the opposite direction of the others for variation. Once everything is curled, I unclip that shorter section of hair where I'm growing out my bangs, and I just like to wrap that hair on the wand so that it's flowing away from my face, and I just hold it only for a couple of seconds and then release it to give the hair a little texture but not a full-on spiral curl since it is still part of my bangs. Once your curls are complete, you can add a light misting of hairspray to help hold them in place. And unfortunately, you can see I do get a little frizz in my hair during the hot weather when I'm using hot hair tools, but hey, what's a girl to do? Let's go ahead and discuss my thoughts on each tool. As you can see, I'm all done curling my hair, and it's been a few minutes since I've curled both sides because I went ahead and filmed my introduction to kind of show you what the curls look like after they've set for a few minutes. So as you can tell, this side with the curling wand looks way different than the side with the curling iron. When I use a curling iron, I do notice that the waves kind of fall out and they become more of a soft romantic wave than a tight bouncy curl. Whereas when I use the wand, I find that the kind of ringlet, the spiral type curls stay in a lot better in my hair. So that's one thing, if you're looking for really bouncy curls that stay in for a long time, I would definitely recommend the curling wand. But if you want kind of the soft, wavy, really kind of flowy hair, I would say a curling iron would do just good for you. And then another thing you can do if you really want to loosen up the waves, you can run your fingers through the curls. So as I run my fingers through my hair a few times, it's really broken down the curl and created such a beautiful loose wave. And this is a really great technique if you're just looking to not have those tight spiral curls, but just to have a really loose kind of flowy, run your fingers through your hairstyle. You can either brush it out or just run your fingers through your hair a few times and it'll create that really soft romantic do. I'd really encourage you to play with whatever tool you have, whether it be a curling iron or a curling wand. Look up different types of videos, see how people curl their hair, check out all the techniques, and see what works best for you for whatever goal you're trying to achieve. So thank y'all so much for watching this video. I really hope you found it a little bit helpful or informative, or at least got a few tips or tricks out of it to curl your hair. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye. One. That way I could film where, see the side with the wand looks quite a bit,